Chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets. Yeah. Look, AirPods, hat thing, hat thing. Let me finish this interview.
Today, get a dental plan for around $1 a day. Today, get 0
I don't know. Wait, got my milky. Oh, that's crazy.
To execute within the genre with hip-hop flair helped usher in a new era of hip-hop. Like a lot of the aesthetics of hip-hop music in the 2010s are owed to Drake, even with the genre being as versatile as it was during that decade. Like, all Drake needs to do at this point is just come up with some random sound, and then dozens of other people are just going to copy it. Look at the success and reception of the 3 recent projects he just dropped. Regardless of how good or bad they were all talked about, they were all cycled through the media ad nauseum. The fans loved it, the haters hated it. It seems like there isn't anything Drake can do at this point that isn't going to garner some kind of major reception. He is a
This is really good. Oh my gosh. This is really good. I can't even taste the cinnamon. Oh my god. What does this taste like? Oh my gosh. This is really good. This is actually, I didn't expect for it to taste this good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, fuck. That's strong. Oh man. Alright, I need to take my time with that. That's really good.
Figured out a way to operate through hip-hop right now with cheat codes, because no matter what he does or what he puts out, it's going to do numbers, it's going to get talked about, and as of right now, seemingly, there's nobody in the genre who is like on track to usurp him or replace him. Maybe it's just kind of lonely at the top and he's reached a point with what he's doing. There's no longer really a challenge. The point I'm ultimately trying to make here is I could see some validity to what Drake is expressing here, because I think in a way he's painted himself into a corner. Now, when he was embarking on this journey, I'm sure he didn't see that happening down the road. I'm sure he didn't even see himself becoming as relevant as he currently is. Like, literally influencing your favorite genre of music to its core and doing bigger and better numbers than all of your heroes, all of your influences, everybody, just pretty much blowing all of them out of the water. Like, that's the kind of stuff that comes out of your wildest dreams, and it's Drake's freaking reality. Unless Drake takes it upon himself to challenge himself, there's not really any challenge in sight, which is where I will turn this little video here into a prescription. If Drake just so happens to be watching, sure, go ahead. Quit.
Sure he is.
Come out with any more music. If you are in fact bored and you don't know what to do with yourself, spare us and just stop dropping stuff and let somebody else take your place. Like, if you're concerned with something as silly as being old, like it was expressed in the interview and everything, I don't know, just move on and be old, I suppose. But what I would rather recommend here is...
Dude, old, you're talking about old. Is today the first day of March? No, today's the last day of February. Dude, it's probably March. Like, it seems like yesterday was November. Like, time goes by so fast. Dude, don't put too much into time. Like, it's not really, like, just take care of yourself and envision your future. Fuck this.
Seize the unique opportunity.
Like, I'm not beginning my career like that until I'm 30. I don't care what anyone says. I want to take my time with it. Yeah, it's just age. It's just how long you've been on the planet. Like,
humanity that you are in the midst of.
Drake's a
You are
baby.
literally the main character in a hip-hop Truman show. Within the bounds of the law, you can pretty much do anything that you want. Literally anything. Why not do that? Record any crazy-ass album or song or collaboration to your heart's desire, because, like, who's gonna stop you? I mean, come on, it's music, it's art. Did you get into this to be creative or become the top guy in a rap popularity contest? There's so many.
Yeah. I've been following Drake since I knew about Drake since 2005, 2006. One of those years, like Degrassi. I've been watching his career since the beginning. Even remember comeback season. Comeback season. That sounds funny. I mean, the kid, comeback season and like So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, you know, Take Care, fucking, if you're reading this, it's too late. Oh wait, no, not if you're reading this too late. It fucking, what the fuck, why am I forgetting it? Oh, Nothing Was the Same. Then if you're reading this, it's too late. Then Views. Then was Scorpion. And then Dark Demo Tape. And then what, Certified Lover Boy. And then, the fucking, the Nevermind thing. And then Her Loss. And then she also had like the, future projects and all those other kind of things. But yeah, I've been watching him. For me, like, he's not really a creative artist. He's more of like a he's a competitive artist. That's like pretty much what he was saying in that interview, right? Like he's kind of getting like over like the competition, like because there's like no competition. I guess I don't really know. I don't know his perspective. I've never met that man. Well, I haven't met him yet, but yeah, it's more of a he's like one of the most competitive like music artists like I've ever seen, and he's like so like that's something I like about him. Like he's just like really. Oh, I don't want you to go cold because they're like really good, but I don't know. He's just like a really good competitive artist. Since the beginning, like just like super kind of like embody like that Wayne energy. That's like how Wayne was when Wayne was like really young. That's how he was, like super competitive. Wayne's not creative like that. He's just really like skillful. That's like Drake. Drake's just like really skillful. Yeah.
Artists in the dregs of the music industry who are struggling and toiling day to day to day until the day they come out with that song or their record or whatever that will give them like personal and financial and creative freedom, so they can go on and make the song, the project, whatever it is that they really want to make, that they envision themselves making.
Well, it wasn't him since someone else.
Literally anything. Why not do that? Record any crazy ass album or song or collaboration to your heart's desire, because like who's gonna stop you? I mean, come on, it's music, it's art. Did you get into this to be creative or become the top guy in a rap popularity contest? There's so many artists in the dread.
Well, you already did that. He's been doing this for a long time. He probably like wants to do something different, maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't be surprised.
Of the music industry who are struggling and toiling day to day to day until the day they come out with that song or that record or whatever that will give them like personal and financial and creative freedom, so they can go on to make the song, the project, whatever it is that they really want to make, that they envision themselves making. And like you literally have that ability, you have that opportunity, and yet you have found yourself without the creative capital to spend. You could do a whole record of you singing and rapping over anime television theme song intros, and like the music industry would bend over.
But that's not who he is, though. Wouldn't that be like being that would be, then people would call him a sellout. Because in my generation, anime is becoming popular. Like, he's never expressed his. He can like anime, but like, if he started doing stuff like that, he would be deemed as like, I don't know, like a sellout, maybe like a culture vulture or something like that, most likely. Maybe that's just not how he wants to market himself. Everyone's different. Just because he has money and he he has this platform, he's so successful, doesn't mean that he has to like do all these different things and all these different wild ideas. Like it doesn't really matter. Like he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do with his life. He doesn't have to go down these routes. And if he wants to retire, he can retire. There's so many. Like look at like didn't Lauryn Hill make like one album and then like she was like like at the height of her career and then she's just like all right fuck you all. It's like she's like deuces. She's just like out. It's like a lot of artists like that too. You know, it's their life. It's their vision. They can do whatever they want to do with their vision. They don't have to keep on pumping shit out. You know, don't have to be super creative. They don't have to be super ambitious. He makes the albums. He does what you would expect for Drake to do. He makes Drake albums. You know, he makes really like cohesive, very like heartfelt, vulnerable projects, and very skillful rap rap songs. In my opinion, I feel like Drake is well. I feel like he's like the greatest rapper of all time. At least like one of them. In my opinion, I listen to music, so like I listen to a lot of rap as well. So like me saying, I'm not saying that like from a Drake bias standpoint. If anything, I would be harder on him. But like he's at the point in his career where like I feel like he deserves that. Like same thing like with The Weeknd. I feel like The Weeknd's one of the greatest singers like ever. Like don't even compare him to Michael Jackson. Like he's way greater singer than Michael Jackson. He's like the greatest voice ever. Able. And I've been watching them both from the beginning of their career, so like I just know like they're really up there, and I feel like they deserve the credit. I feel like that's the reason why like Drake is like the ghostwriting stuff a lot because people know. Because look at this bro, like this man is still like he be saying crazy shit, like that like crazy shit like bad shit, but like he just be going off. Like he really goes off. Like he can rap his ass off. He really can. And he used to be like in the competitive rap battles and stuff like that. Like in the competitive rap scene. Like he knows his shit. He's more like I said, he's more of a competitive artist. There's all different kinds of artists. Like for me, I'm not a competitive artist, but like I can be competitive, but like not really with my art. To say, if I'm competitive with anything, it'll probably be more on the stage, not really in the booth. Like he's competitive in the booth. Well, like if I'm rapping, I guess I'll be like inspired. Like if I'm rapping with someone and they're like, you know, giving their all, then like, you know, that'll inspire me to give my all. But like for me, I'm more like a creative artist. And then you have some people who are more like mainstream, like not mainstream, more like commercial. Some people who are more like that competitive. There's all different kinds of things. People who are more conscious. There's all different kinds of like. There's no right or wrong way to really do this. You know, it's up to the artist. Um, and you should just be grateful that we get to experience this art and we get to, you know, we get to hear their art and their souls and what they have to offer. It's not something you should really like be nitpicky with. I've never been nitpicky, and a lot of artists like I'm a bigger fan with like a lot of these artists than like most people are. I just don't, you know, like have to fucking talk about them all the time, or I have to like look like them, or I have to like even with like stuff like I don't have to like some people that when they get really invested they like lose their identity and they start dressing like them or acting like them like now like anime was never popular. Anime, like I was isolated, so like I never really got like the hate, the discrimination with anime because like all the guys and like I grew up with like anime, but like now I'm seeing it become popular. I'm seeing everyone dressing up. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Do what you want to do. I think it's pretty cool. But like some people like literally think like they're like the characters from like these anime shows, and it's just like okay, you know I'm not hating. Do what you want to do, but like don't lose yourself in the process. Is all I'm saying. But, yeah. I want to finish this interview. Well, not interview on this video because it's interesting.
For backwards to release it. Now, I'm not saying do any random stupid thing. I mean, obviously, you know, make music and create art that is true to you. Why stifle yourself out of fear? Because you're old and you're this, and you're that, and you've been doing it for X amount of years. And,
You never say he's old though.
like you came this far not knowing.
Yachty said that shit.
Potential possibilities of your career would be all that you can really do right now, even though you know you're at the end of the path that was laid out before you within the
god, this is so good, man.
Walk down a totally
Gosh.
path that people will undoubtedly follow for years to come if you successfully advance through it. I don't know, as many negative opinions I've had over the years of Drake's music, I think retiring at this point would be silly. Of course, if it's what he really wants to do, he should do it because there would be nothing worse than hearing him make a bunch of records that he doesn't care about and he's bored through. But it would be nice to hear, I don't know, a little fire in the belly and a second or third wind in one of the most successful careers in mainstream music ever. But yeah, thoughts? Drake retiring? Let me know. You're the best.
I'll let you know right now. Napkin. Do I think Drake should retire? Do I think chicken nuggets should retire? I mean, chicken nuggets slap. I mean, they're pretty simple. Different styles, you know. It hits good. It's reliable. Not too creative, but it's reliable. And it slaps. It looks plain on the outside, but it fills me up, man. It fills me up, man. Drake. No, I don't think he should retire, but like, I do understand what he said because I watched that interview. Like, I feel like he just had like a long career, and he just feels like he did like everything he felt like he should do like in his career up to this point. Like, he's still young. Like, you know, he's still. It's like for me, like music is just a hobby. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how successful I become or anything like this. But music is one aspect of my life. There's so many other things I want to do, and you know, and he has a child, and he has other things and stuff like that. There's so much he can do, and I feel like I kind of understand what he means. Like, because he said he kind of pretty much how I interpret it is that he doesn't want to like step on like the toes of like the younger generation, like I would assume my generation and the generation before us, and he's kind of curious to see what we can do. And he wants to be inspired by that. Like if you take a seat back, sometimes you need to take a seat back, take your time. You always need to be like in the you don't always need to be in the limelight. You always need to be out there like Drake. He's always dropping albums and he's always like in the limelight. He's always out there. So I don't really think he means retire from what he said. He pretty much didn't mean it. More so means just taking a step back from being the guy that's like always the center of attention, always out there, and just watch. Because at the end of the day, yeah, like sure, yeah, he's Drake, and like he's this big guy and everything like that, and his life is like cinematic. But at the same time, he's not the only one who has a cinematic life. You know what I mean? So like, it's also awesome to sit back and watch what other people can do too, so you can be inspired by that. Like I've been inspired because I lived 25 years of my life as like a fan, just watching and just seeing what everyone else has to offer. So like maybe he just wants to sit back and just kind of like be inspired by the youth and see what they can do and be inspired by that. I don't really know. I have no idea. But I don't think you retire. I think you should. But it's up to him. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, I'm sorry, this is really good. It's kind of distracting me. I have 3 more chicken nuggets. After that, I'll be able to focus no more. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna retire. I think he's just gonna. I think he just needs to take a step back and just watch and just just like I said, be inspired. Like for me, something that's really that really like excites me. It's not necessarily so much my career, but the career of others. Like we're like in a period with like so many talented artists and a lot of artists that are coming up and are like really talented as well. So like it's really awesome to be able to just see what they can do instead of it always just being you all the fucking time. Like you get to just watch other people and just be inspired by that. Like we inspire each other and we help each other grow and all these different things. When it's just always you and you and you kind of lose that creative, like you kind of lose that competitive edge. You kind of lose your creative juices, and you kind of burn out. It could be that. I don't even know, but yeah, I think Fantano. Mm, I don't really watch his videos. Um, do I even watch music video reviews? No, I don't really watch that kind of stuff. I don't really watch like critics and like and stuff like that. I used to when I was like in high school, but like now I don't like over the years I don't really watch it because I just don't really care um about like hearing the opinions of others because like everyone interprets things from their own perspective like and I really value my perspective on how I interpret things because their perspective is not my perspective. So like they can say, "Oh, this is shit," or "This is really good," and I could be like, "Bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about," you know. So like, and also like it kind of like throws things off for me because like I like to not really have like a bias when I go into art. I like to go into it raw, so I don't really have like I don't like to have opinions. Um, I like to just go on into it with like a fresh mind. So I don't really watch stuff like that, but it's really cool in the music community that we have people who are really invested in our lives and our careers, and you know, and they're drawn to see what we can do, and you know, and I take that as like that's love. You know, he doesn't want you to retire; he wants you to keep going and everything like that, and that's really awesome that people are investing in your career. That's something that's new to me. People actually want you to keep making. I'm not used to that, but yeah, I think that shit's awesome. But yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. I apologize. Um, I apologize in advance for anyone in the music and not industry in the music realm that like one. I really like to see people who are like geeky about music because I'm geeky about music. So the people who are like really invested in it and just care about the art form, just like the art form as like a whole. Um, is really awesome. But do also understand and I apologize if I don't want to do interviews. And I also apologize if um if damn it's cold now. It got cold fast. Um if I don't really know you guys, you know, like someone might come to me and be like, "Oh man, I made like 50 videos about you and they all have like millions of views and this," and I'm like, "Oh." I appreciate the love. I'm sorry, I don't really be on the internet like that. Like I do, but like just for like stuff that I care about. And I don't know, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I just really don't give a fuck about people's opinions and like I'm just trying to get used to even getting love from people. So like I'm used to just getting hate from people all the time. I'm not really used to getting love from people. So like I have to like kind of get used to like even like valuing that, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm sure there's people who will be into my music and be like my art and shit. I'm be like, oh man, you know, wondering if I watch their videos and attention and all this stuff. But ultimately, I like to just live my life. I mean, I'm a music artist, but I'm still a human being. Um, I'm still a guy who likes to do other shit, not just music. I'm gonna be taking my time. Oh shit, feels great. Be taking my time in my career. I'm not really like in a rush or anything like that. I think it's really important for artists to like not burn themselves out. So I see like a lot of artists in like the United States, they burn themselves out. They do like hella shows. They do like hundreds of shows in a year, and it's pretty crazy. Um, like you're exhausting yourself. I don't know why people just rush everything all the time. I think it's important to just take your time with the art, and you know, as an like, I can't be. I'm gonna be honest. I do this with manga too, and anime, because like I be hearing about how you say it, mangakas, the mangakas like burning themselves out, and like damn near a lot of them die. You know, it's pretty tragic. It's like kind of similar, like the music world, but like a lot of them burn themselves out and die and shit like that because they're not healthy at all, and they're like pretty much like a slave to like their art, and it's really sad. But like with that, like there'd be like say like One Piece for example. Like I really love One Piece. I'm like addicted to it, right? Um, I really care about getting as much One Piece as possible, but at the same time, it's really important to just be grateful for the art you get, and not like take it for granted and just like demand so much. So like I be watching like artists like drop something, and then like after like the fans consume it, they're already like, okay, next album. It's like, damn, just drop that shit. You know how long it took me to make that album? like, like it took me some years, buddy, to get that out. I know that I dropped it in like a second. I know it takes you like an hour or less than an hour to consume it all, but it's like way more than a fucking hour to create that piece of art. So for most people, they don't understand that because they're not artists. But as an artist, I understand that. But I can also understand the fans' perspective too, because you just get so drawn to it and you just want more and more and more. But ultimately, you gotta learn to be grateful, and you gotta learn to respect that artist, and you also have to learn to honor that artist. Because like you guys gotta realize like you're on some fuck shit if you don't realize. How can you like expect to like you disrespect this artist all the time and shit on their work and you shit on them and all this stuff, but then you want them to fucking like drop all this shit and you want them to just like you feel entitled to their art and you want them to be around and you want them to be out and everything like that, but you treat them like shit and you don't show love to them like proper love. Like what the fuck is that? You know? That's something I see. Like you can at least be grateful and at least be kind and at least show actual love. You can at least like muster up the courage to like show genuine love to that artist instead of just being a fucking a dickhead and then like treating them like shit. Like the album drops the first day and you're like, oh, it's trash, it's trash, 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 shit, 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 doo doo, it's trash, it's not good. Like, bro, did you even fucking listen to it? Or your ears not working, guy? We need to take you to the hospital because I don't know what's going on if this shit's trash, bro. And then then you get like upset if they like leave and like or if they're like living their lives. Like a lot of y'all don't think that like artists have lives. Like I'll be watching it, like I'll just look on like you guys like it'd be funny as fuck. Like some like artists like whose fans are notorious for like Cardi's fans like notorious for like they'll be like having like wanted posters and shit. Because he hasn't like dropped music in like a long time. They be getting mad tight, bro. That shit's funny. And that just goes for like, you know, you're being ungrateful. You know, just be grateful for the project, for the piece of art that's out there. It's timeless. Appreciate it. You know? You're not entitled to another project. Like I'm even going through this as a like I said, I'm a geek. I'm a music geek. I'm going through this. I can be completely wrong. It's about to be March. I don't really know, but I kind of feel it. I just kind of feel it. But I'm a diehard Tyler fan. I'm a diehard Tyler fan. I don't like dress like him or like act like him or whatever. But like I've been a diehard Tyler fan since Bastard. I've been a fan since 2011. I heard first song I heard from him was like 2010 I think, but 2011 I've been a fan of him since I saw him on the Woodies, right? Yeah. So like I've been really into Tyler, but like you know Tyler drops an album every odd year, well a project every odd year. He dropped Bastard 2009. He dropped Goblin 2011. He dropped Wolf 2013. He dropped Cherry Bomb, 15. He dropped Scumfuck Flower Boy, 17. 19 was Igor, and 2021 was Call Me If You're Lost. And it's 2023. I can be completely wrong, but I feel like he's not gonna do it anymore. And I don't blame him. Like it kind of goes with that. Like I feel like artists should like take their time to like make music and not like rush all the fucking time. You know, I easily can be like, "Fuck you, Tyler. Drop the fucking album. Been doing this shit every 2 years. Fucking keep doing it. I'm gonna be angry." That's what a lot of fans are. It's sad. It's really sad. You know. Like instead, you should just be like, man, this man's been dropping a lot of art, man. Like even Drake, he's dropped a lot of fucking music. Like he like, I was talking about this like months ago, but yeah, like when was the last time like, what was it? Was comeback season like 2007? Let's just start with So Far Gone, right? So Far Gone was 9, right? 10, Thank Me Later, Take Care, 11, right? And then 12 was Nothing. 13 was Nothing Was the Same, right? 14, Nothing. 15 was If You're Reading This Is Too Late. 16 was Views. 17 was Nothing. 18, Scorpion. 19, Dark Lane demo tapes, right? That's not that's 19, right? Yeah. And then 20 was Nothing, and then 2021, he's been dropping music since 2021. So that nigga missed 3 years. That nigga missed 3 years. 3 years. Technically 4 years if you want to count 2008. I don't think he's dropped anything in 2008. So like 4 years. That's crazy. And that nigga's talking about taking a step back, and you're like, oh. Dude, he missed like 3 years. Like, you should relax a little bit, right? And it was like with Tyler, like, like, I would love a Tyler album if I could get a Tyler album, like, but I think he should take his time, like, just be grateful for the art. The art's always there. It's timeless, you can grow with it, and you can always go back to it and listen to it again, and it's awesome. You're gonna keep making music, but you should just be patient. There's so many amazing artists to listen to. I feel like some artists, they stand artists too bad, like too much to where they can't listen to anything else, and it's kind of sucks because you're like really like robbing yourself of listening to like experiencing like really like phenomenal music, and you're like not appreciating generational talent and just rare talent that you will never hear ever again. So you're like robbing yourself of that, and it's pretty sad, And people have their lives, like people go through shit. People have other things they want to do, other endeavors. You shouldn't drain yourself creatively and just keep forcing shit out. And if they force shit out and it doesn't sound as quality, you're gonna be like, what is this, right? Like look when he dropped Drake dropped like the Nevermind project or whatever. People were like, what is that? Some people liked it, some people didn't. So if he does some shit like that, people are gonna just complain. It's interesting just watching people just react to shit. Like you cannot satisfy people because they're not, they don't want to be satisfied. But yeah, I don't know. I think you should just be grateful and realize that these people are humans. They're not entitled to drop anything ever again. They can drop an album. It can be the greatest album ever, and they can just be like, all right, I don't want to do anymore. And you can't get upset at them. You should be grateful you even got the fucking project. Some people have families they need to take care of. Some people have other things in life they want to do. No one should have to be a slave to their art. And when you take your time, it makes you really appreciate it more. When you're just like, a lot of people burn out and just doing it over and over again, and they just fall out of love with the craft. It goes with like being around people too. Like if you're around people who don't value you or value you fully, if you're taken for granted, like if you're always around them, they'll just take you for granted. And when you take a break, like they start valuing it more. Like you need to like, it's important to just take your time with life. everything in life, and instead of just going nag all the time. Like there's so much more to life than just your career and your music and everything like that. And people should really realize that. It's like I'm so grateful, and I'm sure they are too, that we have people out here that really value our art and really care for our art and really care about us and our music and honor us and all honor, but also do understand that no matter how big someone's celebrity is, how big someone's pockets are, how fucking successful they are, how many albums they sold, whatever, they're still human. You know, it doesn't even matter if they're divine, an angel, a deity, but they're still a human. You know, they're still a person that is living life, that has their own life to live, their own issues, their own problems, their own dreams, their own wonders and ambitions and their own life. You're not entitled to anyone's life. I feel like we need to like calm down with the control, you know? I feel like we need to appreciate people more and just take our time. And like I said, there's so many, like it's only gonna keep going. Like there's so many artists out here. So many artists. You guys are so focused on. I'm not saying you gotta like for me there's a lot of artists I fucking love and a lot of artists I discovered that's awesome. Like instead of trying to force someone to do something with their life or with their career, dude, there's so many artists out here that's not discovered yet. I'm not discovered yet, and I make better music than most people, and I'm not even discovered yet. You know, like I think it's really important to really to like let people be, and then find things to like be patient. Like they're gonna keep making music eventually. Like look at Frank Ocean. Like that dude takes a fucking he makes an album like every fucking millennium. Like and no, that's what he wants to do with his life. You know, it's completely fine. And then you listen to the projects he makes and the songs he makes, and you appreciate them. And then if you want to find other music, there's other music. There's artists who are inspired by him that go their own lane. And there's other amazing music out there and a lot of amazing artists that are undiscovered. We live in the digital age. Like you know, like it's so easy to find music out here. Like so easy. And it's really easy to find a lot of awesome artists as well. Like I find awesome artists all the time. And you gotta also remember, man, like we live in the digital age. Like you don't realize how deep this shit is. Like we have access. Like we can easily have access to artists from like any country. Listen to artists from like all different kinds of countries and stuff like that. You don't have to just focus on this one artist because you're so drawn to them. Like you could be the biggest fan in the world, but like just appreciate them. If you really love them, you'll appreciate them and you will honor their time and honor their art and honor their boundaries and just respect them instead of trying to milk them dry. And then, like I said previously, you'll complain if they put out something that's not, you know, up to par, you know? And a lot of artists too, like they want to take their time and they just really want to make the best art possibly. Um, and yeah, like it's really important. Like this is something that like I've been dealing with throughout my life, just as a normal person, like taking people for granted, like and just feeling so entitled to them. Like you gotta let people live, you gotta let people be people, and you gotta let them do what they want to do instead of trying to control them because you're so obsessed with their energy or you're so obsessed with just them or whatever they offer you. You gotta be grateful. You gotta be. You have to be. You gotta be grateful, man. Like you can't just like look at them like a slave. Like a lot of these artists are slaves. Um, Unfortunately, like with like the labels and all this kind of stuff, but you gotta like a lot of artists don't know boundaries. A lot of artists are not really respected like that, and a lot of them don't really get love like that. Like I was saying previously, like you guys treat them like shit, and then you expect the world from them. Like what is that? like I'm not that nice. I'll be like, fuck you, you ain't getting shit from me. Blocking. Don't block that guy from ever hearing my music ever. Fuck you. I could be spiteful like that. That's just how I am. But you know, it's just true. Like you should be respectful, and you should be grateful. You know, like you don't like. To me, like a lot of these artists, they're like they can never be replaced. They're really special, and they're really like they're special minds, special souls, special people, and you should just be grateful for whatever they give you. Like whatever they decide to give you, just take it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, all right. They missed on this one. Maybe in the future, if I'm in a different mood, maybe I might like it. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just wait until they drop something else. Drop something else in the future. Like look at Yachty. Yachty's a good example of that. I don't know what the fuck that man was dropping for a while. I was like a big Yachty fan. Like when he was younger. It's like we're like the same age, or around the same year, and like he was just like repping for like my generation, and I just thought that was really cool. So I always just been like a big fan of him, but I always just was rooting for him. But then he kind of like went more into like a trappy sound, and he wasn't really going for his sound, and it kind of like turned me off. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I'm like, I stopped caring. I stopped like looking at him, because the music wasn't there, and I was just thinking, okay, maybe he just doesn't really care about music. Maybe he just I don't know. I don't know the mindset. I can't tell you, but he just dropped an album that's really fucking great, and let's start from here. Really great album. I liked it a lot. And you saw for like pretty much what I just said. Like he dropped a bunch of shit I didn't really like. I didn't appreciate. I still fuck with him as a person. He's a cool guy. The albums wasn't for me. I still listen to the songs I like to listen to from him. That doesn't make me stop listening to him. Drop an album, looks different. Listen to it, love it. It took years for me to come across a Yachty album I like, but he eventually delivered. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Like if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Like you guys are like a lot of you guys are children. Even like the older people, like a lot of you guys are fucking children. You guys need to grow the fuck up. You need to stop trying to control people. It's not cool. And you need to stop disrespecting people and expecting a lot from them because they don't have to give you shit. Like Dre's like, bro, I'm retiring, bro. Fuck all y'all. I gave y'all a decade. I gave y'all, well, not even a decade, man. I gave y'all over a decade, man. Y'all niggas still not even saying I'm top one, bro. Like, y'all niggas keep taking me for granted. And I'm still dropping heat. And your favorite rapper ain't dropping shit. So, like, I don't know. You take me for granted. And you expect for me to keep making music. I'll be like, fuck you, man. All these artists are so nice. They're so nice. They're really nice people, man. I wish I was that nice. I come off like I'm that nice, but I'm not that nice. I don't like people disrespecting me. Like I'm not into it. I'm really not into it. And I'm very blunt with my emotions and how I feel and stuff like that. Like, cause I realized just like watching just the people I just been around throughout my life, like I just watched them. I just watched them just human, and like they're just like if you don't put people in their place, they'll just think that they can just do whatever, and it's just interesting just to watch that. So I think it's important to to check people, set up boundaries. Um, but yeah, man, like really, like appreciate artists, man. Like artists, like are not appreciated, and you guys gotta realize, man, or you get most of your inspiration, most of your energy, most of your artists rule the world is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Art rules the world, and you guys really shit on art and artists, and you guys really like take it for granted. and you don't appreciate them. If there was no artists in this world, you will all be animals outside in the grass and the caves and fucking rocks and trying to make fire and shit. I bet the fucking caveman guy who made the Homo sapien who made fire was the artist. I'm just saying, like, you guys gotta stop fucking munching on the hand that feeds you. Like, it's like, I don't know how that's cool. Like, it's not cool at all. Like, you guys gotta be more. You guys gotta drop the ego a little bit and be more grateful for the things you come across. Or then one day you'll suddenly lose it, and then you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, why? I love you." Kinda, maybe. I love you, but I don't love you. But I do love you, but I don't know if I love you. I don't know. But yeah, I think you guys should just be more grateful and be more respectful to art. Like, come on, man. Like I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I'm trying my best to understand the perspectives, but I seriously just don't get it. Yeah, if you appreciate something so much, why not respect it? Why not show love to it? Why not honor it? Why do you have to shit on it? And why does everything have to be a competition? Like friendly competition is awesome, but like a lot of people have to make like a competition of everything and like pit everyone against each other. Like why? You do realize that these artists, like like you're pitting them against people who who truly understand them, right? Like it's really like when you're on this path, it's really hard to understand other people. So like the people who your favorite artists, if you truly love your artist and you truly are a fan of that artist, you would never put them against another artist because you would realize that if you want them to be happy and everything like that, realize that they need to be around other artists and be good with other artists in order to really feel good. Because who else are they gonna relate to? You can love them as much as you want to, but they can't relate to you. Most of you they can't because they're living this life that you just can't relate to, and they're on this path that you just can't relate to, and that's just how it is. Same thing with you. There's people in your life that can't relate to you because of the path you're on. Everyone's like that. Everyone has people they can relate to because of their destiny, you know? So like you're putting people against each other that would really understand another and they can feel happy and at peace and not feel empty and shallow and like no one loves them and everything like this. If you didn't put them against each other, like everything has to be competition. Reminds me of my family when I was younger, like adults will put like the kids in competition with each other and all this like toxic shit. It just didn't really make sense to me. Not in my immediate family, but like in extended families. And I never really understood that as a child. I still don't understand it. I don't really understand why you have to act like you're better than someone when everyone is amazing, you know, and everyone's special, and everyone should be honored and respected and everything like that. But I don't understand. I don't get it. Like even me, like I don't want to be compared to any artist. Really, like I can see myself in other artists, but I don't really want to be compared. Like there can only be that one artist. There can never be another one of that artist. You know, you can like see yourself in someone. Like for me, I just know. I just know. I know I hear wills of different artists. There's different wills I hear. Like I'm pretty sure I hear Michael's will because he's just all over the fuck in my life. Like it's just weird. Like he like low key haunts my like he doesn't haunt my like he doesn't haunt me. He just pops up. He just be checked his spirit or whatever. He just be checking this. It's weird. I'm still trying to understand it, but yeah, but I don't know. I don't. I think everyone should be ah. I think everyone should be respected. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. But yeah, um, Drake. What would I rate his career out of 10? Seven. I rate his career like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I said like a 7. I wanted to give him a 7.5, but I can't. He doesn't earn the 5. No 5. I wanted to, but no, 7. It's a 7. It's not bad. It's really solid, like really awesome career. Compared to like my standards, he's a 7. That's high for my standards. 7's a high for my standards. Just saying. Most people probably have like a 3. It's just my standards. Like I just have really high standards. Really high standards. 7 may even be like a little too nice. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, like a 7. But like I said, it's just because of like this my ear and what I'm drawn to and everything like that. But like I feel like his career is just like I feel like he did really good in his career. I gave it a 7 because like it lacks creativity and he doesn't like he's a masterful rapper, but I feel like and his pen is like is this elite, but like I feel like for me like the kind of artist I am, I feel like and maybe that can go with him retiring, wanting to retire, having thoughts of retirement. But like I feel like I can be completely wrong. I don't know this man, but I feel like he doesn't practice enough, and I feel like that's the thing that kind of gets to me, like the lack of creativity and like the practice. Like no way his vocals should sound the way they sound. Like they're not bad, but like they should be better. Um, he lacks creativity in his art. He's not the creative type of artist, but he can always kind of work with other people to kind of make it creative, like in his way, to where it fits his narrative. But like, I do like the way how he's doing things because he's like a rapper, you know. He's a real like that's the thing. They make it sound like he's not a rapper, but he's like a real like he's like the most he's like the pinnacle of rappers. He's the greatest rapper ever. But like for me as an artist, like I still want to see art, you know, and there's a lot of skill with him, but like it lacks art, and it also lacks mastery. And I'm very drawn to mastery, and I'm very drawn to creativity. So that's the reason why I give it a 7. I give him a 7 because like for me, I think it's generous giving him a 7 because like I really see him as like someone who's really like elite, like past elite, but like it just lacks creativity and it lacks mastery. Like and something I was saying before, like I feel like he drops albums too fast. I feel like he should like take his time with albums instead of just dropping them like so fast. Like what I said, like he missed like 3 years, right? Like 3, 4 years. Um since he's been putting music out there, like he's always dropped a project. Like that's something that like a master wouldn't really do because you need to take time to make art. You need to experience life. You need to work on your skills, and each album should be better than the last album. And Drake's not like that. He doesn't make albums that progresses in quality over time. And that's something I look for. I look for that in artists, and he doesn't have that, but he's still an amazing artist. Um, Even though he's not really, like I said, creative, but he's skillful. He's really skillful artist, and rap, that's really more so what they're drawn to. Like they're more drawn to skill and like competition. My generation's like is less competitive based in the rap world and is more creative. Um, but yeah, that's just yeah. If you like, maybe who knows? You may come back. You may be like, oh fuck, man, I should be more creative. I should be more masterful. Maybe he may start learning different things. Maybe he may learn how to produce. I don't know. I like artists that are really drawn to like a lot of artists like I've been watching like a lot of artists I'm really drawn to produce, they write their shit, they produce their shit, they sing their shit, they rap their shit, they learn instruments, all these different things, they master things. That's what I like because ultimately you kind of want your project. I mean, like everyone's different. This is just my standards. My standards aren't like everyone else's standards, you know. But like, I just think it's really fucking even. It's just I just think it's really powerful if you're an artist that really works on themselves, challenges themselves creatively. It's really important. Now if you're chasing numbers, we're still seeing how like embracing yourself creatively, how that what's the word? I'm not really good at thinking of words, but how that holds up to like commercial appeal. Cause like if you really want like the sales and the this and the that, you gotta be like you gotta like dilute yourself a little bit. But there's artists I'm seeing that don't dilute themselves that much, that and are pretty creative, that are they're going up there in numbers and stuff like that. I really don't care for numbers, but that's just something I'm just trying to put myself in other people's shoes who may care about that kind of stuff, and is it safe to do this and that and blah blah blah, and like labels and politics and yeah. Is that a bird or is that the chair? Oh, it's the chair. I just heard like a high pitched like yeah, it sounds like a bird or something. But yeah, I really like artists like that. That's why I love underground like indie artists who just like do their own shit, because like when you learn to challenge yourself creatively, um, you're able to be more, instead of having all these people do these things and you learn to do it either yourself or if you work with someone who just really gets you. It makes the project just sound really like it make it sound like you instead of someone else. Like a lot of like songs like from people like they make like these artists like a lot of mainstream artists, they like make these projects and they work with like these like big producers or like these producers that just do the same shit over and over again, and then like it just sounds like the same, like it doesn't like your shit doesn't sound like you, it sounds like someone else. Like look at like Cardi for example. I'm kind of similar to him in that aspect, but like when he was like doing like the Cash Cardi shit, like back like when he was like like high school post high school like Cardi, like he was working with fuck I forgot the producer's names, but he was working with these producers that like he had his own sound, like because he was working with like underground producers that like were really creative and were on some like amazing shit, and it just sounded like him. Like he didn't know how to produce and everything like that, but he found someone who like their souls like like it meshed together, and it was just awesome. Instead of just being like, okay, I'm just gonna rap on the beat and blah 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 blah. Like you gotta find someone that like that speaks to you. That's like what I was doing when I was first making music. Like that's why I worked with, like Terrio, because like his music got me, and Terrio, and that's another reason like with like Lil B too. Like Lil B was working with like artists like everything was pretty much like online. I would assume so with them as well, but like he was he was making songs to like Terrio stuff and like some other artists not artists, other producers. I forgot their names, but they were just like really talented. Like they're underrated, but like they were really talented, and I was able to give them a platform as well. I worked with like I made songs with like Godlike and like Godlike Pariah and like Bios. So Bios made a song with like Yachty after I started making music with Bios, and I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Lost Boy Bios, right? Yeah, and then like some other artists, not artists, producers, that I thought were pretty cool that just sounded like me, you know. And so I started making my own shit. But yeah, I think it's really important to challenge yourself as an artist. Like a lot of people, they be like, oh yeah, man, I'm in the studio all the time, man. I'm locked in the studio. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, I'm locked in the studio, and they're just in the studio, just making songs. Like that's cute and all, but like, dude, like, don't be the guy. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, because no one's gonna tell you it. So I'm just gonna be honest. Be mad, and I don't care. It's just true. You know, like a lot of people, they drop like fucking like 200 songs a year, and no one's listening to all that shit. Quality over quantity, guy. Like you could be locked in the studio, but like if you're just making songs and songs and songs, dude, like it's not gonna do shit for you. I think someone needs to tell you that. Like it's really important. Don't just make all these fucking songs. Because if you're in the studio all the time and all you do is just smoke weed and do bullshit and you don't really open up about your life, how the fuck do you have 200 songs worth of material? Explain to me. How do you have 200 songs worth of material? How? How is that fucking possible? How? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you're just making the same songs, you're just saying the same skirt, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, oh, like, I'm not into that shit. I'm not into it. Like, you don't have to make music to impress me. You make music to impress yourself. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you guys some pointers. Like, that shit isn't, like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, it's cool. Like, if you want to be locked in on things that help you get to where you want to be and that help you generate success. That's what I'm trying to say these things. Because making fucking 200 songs about bullshit and fuckery isn't gonna get you anywhere. Most people ain't gonna listen to that shit. Like, I listen to it because, like, you know, I used to listen to hella mixtapes, hella songs. 80% of those songs are skipped. So pretty much, you just made a whole bunch. It's like watching like fucking like. It's like watching like fucking Bleach, bro. It's like watching Bleach. It's like the first like 30 episodes, fire. Like there's like fire, and then like everything after that is like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this shit? Yo? Like, what am I even watching now? Like, that's how it is. Like with some of these projects, you know, like it's not about just being in the studio, just making all these songs. That's not what it's about. You know, there's some people who are just blessed that just go in the studio. Like I'm pretty sure Future's like that. He just goes in the studio, he just makes all these songs and it's just fire after fire. But you also have to understand that man is living a life. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be in the studio all the time. You gotta live life. Because what are you gonna make songs about? You be sitting in the studio smoking weed? Like you gotta live life. That's the whole, like, you gotta live life. You gotta be inspired by things. Like you gotta find out what inspires you as an artist. What do you want to write about? What do you want to express yourself? You know, what do you want to talk about? You know, what kind of songwriter are you? What do you feel comfortable writing about? You know, how are your skills? Do you know how to produce? Oh, you're the greatest producer. Okay, cool. Do you know instruments? Okay, cool. Do you know how to fucking engineer? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to find skills to learn? Find things to learn. Don't just do the same bullshit every time because people gonna get bored of it. And speaking of that, you have artists who they're gonna want you to do the same shit over and over again because they're drawn to a certain project or a certain kind of sound. But like, challenge yourself stylistically. Don't be the kind of person to make like say like I don't want to throw anyone under the bus because I'm not like that. I'm just trying to give you guys pointers. Like say like what the fuck is that? Like what is that, like a nail? A nail in the wall, right? That's your project name, right? Your album name's Nail on the Wall or mixtape, whatever the fuck, right? Fucking amazing. Everyone fucking loves it, right? Holy shit, you get popular, you blow up. Fuck, everyone knows you for this project. It's so good, right? So good, so good, so good, right? And then you start making more music, right? And then you hit that pressure, like you're like, oh fuck, man, I gotta make another project like Nail on the Wall, man. I'm gonna make a Nail on the Wall too. Don't make no fucking Nail on the Wall. Don't do it. 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 Cause that's a trap. That's a mean ass trap. Yo, I hope I'm recording still, cause y'all niggas need to listen to this shit. Cause I want to hear good music. Okay, cool. It's still recording. All right. Yeah, man. Don't make no fucking Nail on the Wall too. Don't do that shit, cause it's not gonna hit. And then you're just chasing a sound. Like, what made you make that project, right? Because you're inspired, you're in your element, you're enjoying yourself, and it just came, right? That's what you have to do. Now make another project. Maybe don't make Nail on the Wall. Maybe make painting on the wall. Maybe build upon it. Maybe make fucking shelf on the wall or some shit. I don't fucking know, something on the wall. But it doesn't have to be Nail on the Wall too, and this sounds the same and this and that. Like, no, like fuck what people say. Challenge yourself. That project, you should never make a project that sounds like another project, because you need to grow as an artist. It's really important to grow as an artist. Don't just do the same shit, man. Don't do it. Like, it's not good, because you're not supposed to be the same person you were yesterday. You should be a completely different person. Now you came from making a successful project, right? So you're a completely different person from who you were before. Before, you weren't popular like that, right? You made that project. If you get lost in the sauce like that, you're just gonna keep on trying to chase that sound. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna throw anyone on the bus. Some of my favorite artists are still dealing with that shit, and it sucks because I know they are worth more than that, but they're still chasing their old sound. And you just need to realize that's not who you are anymore. You need to challenge yourself and just embrace yourself. Turn the ego off. It's not worth it. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to what them like. Oh, I want another project like this, bitch. I gave you that shit. Now I'm gonna do something else. If you like it, if you want to keep listening to that, cool. But we're on something else now. Let my copycats have that so that they can build off that and they can make their own sound with that. So if you want sound that sounds similar to that sound, then there's gonna be artists who's gonna try to emulate that. Listen to them if you want to. If not, you could join us on the next phase of life. You know, like, just keep on innovating yourself and challenging yourself. Don't keep doing the same shit. Now, after Nail on the Wall, now you're successful. Now you know how it feels to have fame. Now you know how it feels to be successful and to have this project. Make a song about how it feels to deal with this. Maybe maybe make a project how it feels to deal with like pressure and all these different things. Challenge yourself. Open up. You know, and don't be afraid to be different. Make music that you like. Make music that you list that you're drawn to. Don't just be like, oh yeah, man, it's cool, blah blah blah. Like, make music that you can listen to constantly. If you can't listen to the music constantly, don't play it out. If you're just trying to put some shit out, don't do it, because I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to it, because if you don't listen to it, why the fuck should I listen to it? Like, you gotta realize, like, you gotta be into the music, man. Like, it's anything in life. Anything in life. You can only thrive at things that you enjoy and that you have fun with. If you're not having fun with it, it's gonna come out generic. You know, don't feel pressure. You know, if you practice, if you do what you're supposed to do, if you put the work in, if you're having fun, it's gonna come out. Like, my projects, bro, I didn't think anything of them, but I was having fun when I was making them, and I enjoyed making it, and that's why they're good. You know, it's not like I wasn't forcing anything. I was just being myself, and I was just having fun with it, and that's how it should be. You know, you're a creative, you're an artist. You gotta create art. You gotta be your weird self. You gotta be natural. Something I saw with DDG, like, but he made fucking, what's this song? Almost, wait, petty, like, something about being petty. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. That shit was funny as fuck. Yo, he was violent. You know, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. I like it. I like this DDG. Like he's like I like DDG. Like, he's been maturing a lot, and he's just been, I'm just gonna put it in the music, man. I'm just gonna put it in the music. I'm just gonna put it all in the music, like his life and everything. Like I like that shit. It's real. Like people like real shit. Like people don't want to listen to the same bullshit. A lot of y'all niggas be like, oh yeah, I'm hitting licks. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. Oh yeah, bro, you never even touched a gun before. Have you even seen a pistol? Do you know how it's like to deal with that life? Speaking of that, I'm gonna get on NBA YoungBoy um, cause man, he's been growing a lot. I'm so proud of that man. I'm so proud of him. He's been growing a lot. YoungBoy, yo, don't get too hung up on yourself for your past, man, and making the music you made, and yeah, it's violence, yeah. A lot of people look up to you, so I'm so grateful that you realize this because a lot of people look up to you. And if you're gonna do some bullshit, you're gonna be on the fuckery. A lot of people are gonna be with that behind you, So you gotta realize that like you're powerful, And I'm glad that he's realizing that. But don't get upset at yourself because it's not like you were doing that to to spread violence or anything like that. Like, really, that's the life you lived. That was your life. So like if anything, you gotta understand. You gotta look at the other side of it. Like that shit gives awareness to people like me. I never lived a life like that. For a lot of people who never lived a life like that, they can try to understand that life more and understand the people who've been through shit like that and are in those environments because everyone doesn't understand that life. That's it's a unique life. So don't be upset with that. Instead, think about what you can do in the future and think about how you can make that negative positive and how you can spread awareness and everything like that with your art and with your voice and with your unique perspective because you've been through a lot, and I can just tell. I'm not the biggest NBA YoungBoy fan, but my brother's is a fan of his and a fan of yours, and I came across some fans and they really love you, man. They really love you. They stand you. But it's about the growth, man. People like seeing you grow, and it inspires them. It inspires people to put the guns down and to be a better person and to be a more genuine person. I'm not no angel. Well, technically I am, but I'm not no saint myself. You know what I mean? I made mistakes. A lot of people have. It's life. You're misguided. You didn't really have people like that to put you on the right path, and you were surrounded by all that stuff. So like anything it would be really hard to avoid that life. And I feel like you're doing the best that you can possibly do, and I feel I'm really like I really honor you for that. I admire you for that. It's really admirable, and I'm proud of you for that. It's really important to understand what your art can do with the people who who listen to it and are exposed to it. But don't be up yourself for it. Just learn from it. And like I said, you didn't really do anything wrong because it was real life. Like it's not like you're like the people who just hear stuff like your songs, right? And then they're like, oh, I got Dracos. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got drugs. Oh, I got, like even like that. Like say like with like Juice WRLD and like Peep and stuff like that. Like who made songs about drugs all the time. But it's not like they're like glorifying like yeah, it's not like you're glorifying violence and it's not like they're glorifying drugs. Like no, like they're over here literally fucking destroying themselves with drugs. That's their life. And that's why it hits so fucking strong, cause that's their life. Like they're not just saying that shit just to promote it. Like no, they're fucking going through these. They're junkies. Like they were junkies. Like they're making junkie music because they're junkies. They're not saying that shit because they just think it's cool. Like no, they know this shit's not fucking cool, but they can't fucking control it because that's their demons. They're trying to fight that shit. Same with like Mac. Like that's just how it is. So, like don't be upset at that. People aren't gonna be upset at you for that. They'll be upset at you if you're glorifying it, and that's not what you're doing. Like you're not the person that's like, oh yeah, let's like run around and say have like guns and shoot and this and that. And, like some other people who just I be hearing it. Like I don't listen to music if there's no soul in it. Like if there's no soul in it, I don't care. Cause like it's just I can just immediately like the first second a song comes on, I can just tell if it's on bullshit. I can just tell. The second a song comes on, I can just tell if it's bullshit. I can just tell. I can just easily tell, easily. Sometimes I'll listen to a song and I just may not be in the right mood for it, but like I can just tell if something's generic or if they're just on some bullshit. I can just tell. You can just easily tell from the way that the production is, from the tone of their voice, from what comes out their mouth, to the patterns in the song. The song has a structure, like not like a structure, like a what's the fucking word? Like a uh uh what's the fucking word, yo? Um fuck, I can't think of the word, but like like a blueprint, pretty much. Like if there's a blueprint, like they do like the same blueprint, like no. If it has like a damn blueprint, I'm not on it. But yeah, um, I don't know. I'm really picky when it comes to music. I really love, like, I think this is a really, these past two generations, what the millennials and even before that, but like the millennials and Gen Z, like they're on their shit. Like they're really talented. And I'm honored to be a part of this generation. Well, these past two generations, because like there's a lot of amazing artists out here. Like before, like in the '80s and '70s and shit like that, you only had like a handful of like amazing, like talented artists. Now it's just like you could fill a fucking town up with like all these like talented ass artists. Like that's fucking amazing, right? And it's only increasing more and more. And as we're understanding life better and understanding ourselves better, and we're embracing our souls more, we're aging slowly, and we're able to merge with other generations and understand other generations more, and it extends our longevity. And I think that's really fucking amazing. We're supposed to learn from each other anyway, and inspire each other. So I think that's also amazing. And yeah, again, just really grateful that I get to be part of this. I never thought, like, I always just looked at it from the sidelines, and I always just been excited just to see people just make amazing stuff and just listen to their stories and stuff like that. So doing it myself is really it's awesome. um yeah. um is there anything else I want to talk about? um mm, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. You know what, how long I talk for? Like an hour? So I got practice piano. um yeah, I got like an hour on. So yeah, I might make a video again tomorrow, maybe, possibly, if I feel like it, and I might talk about something else. But yeah, I guess I give you guys some stuff. Can't wait to see you guys out there. I wish the best for every one of you, and I'm really excited to see the future of music. And music is just really, really precious to me. Um, and I just care about it as a whole, not just American artists. There's artists all across the planet matter to me, and just music all across the planet, just all different kinds of styles, all different kinds of forms. Not even just the planet, the fucking universe. I just like sound, and I like music, and it's just healing, and it's precious, and it's everything to me, and it's just sacred to me, and I'm just really, it's the most passionate thing. It's the thing I'm the most passionate about in my life. Up to this point, it's the most passionate thing. It's the thing I'm most passionate about. So when I talk about music, if I'm talking about music and I'm being harsh, don't think it's coming from me being malicious. It's coming from love, because like I really love this shit and I really care about it. And I'm kind of selfish. I care about music, so like I like listening to music. So if you're gonna be a music artist, I expect for you to do your best, because I want to listen to great music. I don't want to listen to the mediocre shit. I want to listen to what the fuck you have to offer. What do you have to offer me? That sounds really fucking shallow, but what do you have to offer me? Because I'm the listener. I want to listen to it. So I listen to everything. Anything that sounds good, I'll listen to it. You know, I don't care if it's fucking. I don't care what genre it is. I don't care what race the person is. I don't care if the person's a fucking dog. I don't care if the person's a cat. I don't care if the person's a fucking mushroom. If it can make sound, I'll fucking listen to it. I just like to listen to. I just like music. That is awesome. But yeah. I guess that's all for today. I guess I gave you enough. Um, yeah. Take care. Be well. Be safe. Be happy. Be blessed. Have fun. Know yourself. Take your time and respect yourself. Respect the people around you. And yeah. And fans, honor these artists, please. Really honor them, truly honor them, and truly respect them, and understand their people, but do try to respect them as best as you can. Um, because we deserve it. We deserve to be respected. A lot of these artists never really been respected in their lives. So, how do you feel knowing that you like this artist and they never really been respected in their lives?